Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into ancient remedies.
Oh, ancient remedies, always a fascinating topic.
Not the mystical kind,
Okay.
more like practical stuff that's been helping people for like centuries.
Right, harnessing that ancient wisdom.
Exactly. We're looking at Dr. Josh Axe's Ancient Remedies.
That's a great read, full of insights.
What's got me fired up is it's not about ditching modern medicine entirely.
It's more about expanding our options.
Yeah. Like, we have more choices than we think, especially when you consider, what is it, like 77% of the American diet is processed food.
It's a staggering statistic, really makes you think.
It does. So we're going to unlock some seriously cool insights today from traditional Chinese medicine and,
And beyond. It's fascinating how these practices have endured.
right, like they've stood the test of time for a reason.
They offer a different perspective on health, a more holistic one, seeing the body as a system, not just parts.
And it's like that saying, let food be thy medicine. But back then, it wasn't just a saying.
It was a way of life,
Yeah.
completely ingrained in their culture.
Total way of life.
Maimonides,
Oh, yeah.
he was a renowned 12th century physician. He wrote, "No disease that can be treated by diet should be treated with any other means."
Wow.
He really understood this deep connection.
Powerful stuff. Makes you wonder, like, have we lost sight of that in our modern world with all the pharmaceuticals?
It's a valid point. It makes you pause and think.
It does, especially when you consider poor diet contributes to more deaths globally than smoking and car accidents combined.
It's true. It's a sobering thought. 11 million deaths annually linked to poor diet alone. It really underscores the need to prioritize a food-centric approach to health.
100%.
Yeah.
And that's where TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, gets really interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not about just, like, popping a pill. It's about understanding your body's signals,
Exactly. It's about listening to what your body's telling you.
tuning in.
TCM uses these diagnostic tools like examining your tongue, feeling your pulse, even looking at your face
Oh, wow.
to identify imbalances in the body's energy flow.
Which is called qi.
Key.
Qi.
Yes.
Okay, hold up. Qi. For those of us who haven't quite wrapped our heads around that yet, can you break that down?
Of course. Key is essentially your vital life force, the energy that flows through everything. DCM practitioners believe that when your qi is balanced, you're healthy.
Makes sense.
But when it's blocked or depleted, that's when illness can set in.
Okay.
So it's about getting to the root cause.
Not just masking the symptoms.
Exactly.
I like it.
And to restore balance, TCM uses various methods: specific foods, herbs, lifestyle changes, mind-body practices.
It's very holistic.
It is.
And speaking of food, Dr. Axe, he digs into some ancient superfoods.
Oh, yeah. He's a big proponent of those.
But, like, not just in a trendy way.
Yeah.
He connects, like, their appearance to their benefits.
The doctrine of signatures.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Like, our ancestors were dropping hints.
Exactly. It's fascinating.
Like, take walnuts.
Okay.
They look like little brains.
They do. They really do.
And guess what? They're
Right.
packed with stuff that's good for your brain.
It's true. Omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants.
It's like they're saying, hey, eat this. It looks like a brain. Maybe it's
Oh.
good for your brain.
Right. It's incredible how they observe these connections.
It's pretty cool. So walnuts aren't the only example, though, right?
Oh, no, not at all.
What else? What else is there? Give me another one.
How about carrots?
Okay.
They look like eyes,
They do,
and they're loaded with beta-carotene,
which is,
which our bodies convert into vitamin A, essential for good vision.
it's mind-blowing. It's like, seriously, we can learn so much from these ancient traditions.
It's true. They were really onto something.
So walnuts, carrots. What other superfoods does Dr. Axe highlight in the book?
Well, he talks about goji berries.
Okay, yeah, goji berry.
They've been used in TCM for centuries to boost energy and promote sleep.
Really, I always thought they were just like a trendy trail mix edition.
There's so much more than that. They're like nature's little powerhouses.
Wow, so they actually have some history behind them.
Oh, absolutely. And then there's bone broth.
Oh, bone broth. Yeah, bone broth is like everywhere these days.
It's a real gut-healing superstar.
What makes it so special?
Well, it's an excellent source of collagen,
Okay.
which is crucial for a healthy gut lining, but its benefits extend to your joints, your skin, even your hands. It's a multitasking.
I like that.
Dr. Axe is a huge fan. He also talks about adaptogens,
Adaptogens, okay.
like astragalus.
Astragalus, okay.
These herbs help your body adapt to stress, which, let's face it, we can all use a little help with these days.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
So instead of reaching for another cup of coffee when you're stressed,
Yeah, right.
those you can try incorporating adaptogens.
Exactly. They work with your body to support your natural stress response.
That's really cool. I love this. It's like we're rediscovering a whole world of natural remedies that have always been there.
That's the beauty of it, isn't it? It's about expanding our awareness, realizing we have options.
We do. And we have a lot to learn from, those who came before us.
Absolutely.
It's like we've been trying to put together this puzzle, but we're missing like half the pieces.
That's a great way to put it. And TCM, it really offers such an interesting perspective on this whole mind-body connection.
Totally. And Dr. Axe talks about how TCM, it links emotions, like specific emotions, to your organs. Can you explain that a bit? Because it's something I'm still like wrapping my head around.
Sure. So, for example, TCM associates anger and frustration with the liver. Yeah.
So, like, if you're holding on to anger, resentment, that could actually show up as like physical symptoms in your liver.
That's the idea. It's not about blaming emotions for making us sick, but understanding that they have a real impact on our physical well-being.
Right.
TCM also connects worry to the spleen, grief to the lungs, fear to the kidneys, and excessive excitement or like mania to the heart.
It's like if we're ignoring our emotions, we're not really dealing with our health as a whole.
Exactly. It's all connected, mind and body.
Okay, so what can we do about it? Are there like specific practices from TCM or other traditions that Dr. Axe recommends for, working on that emotional well-being?
Yeah, definitely. He talks about a few different things, including meditation.
Oh, meditation. Yeah, everyone's talking about meditation these days.
Yeah.
What is it about this like ancient practice that makes it so beneficial?
Well, meditation has actually been scientifically proven to help reduce stress, improve focus, even make you feel more compassionate.
Wow.
It's like hitting the reset button on your nervous system.
I've tried meditation here and there, but I always struggle to like quiet my mind.
So,
Any tips for beginners like me?
of course. It's called a practice for a reason.
True, true.
It takes time and patience. Just start with a few minutes each day, just focusing on your breath.
Okay.
And if your mind wanders, which it will, just gently guide it back. There are also some great guided meditations out there that can be really helpful.
Oh, good to know. So it's not about like being perfectly still and silent. Just showing up and trying is a step in the right direction.
Yes, exactly. Even a few minutes of mindful breathing can make a difference.
That's good to know. That's encouraging. What other practices does Dr. Axe suggest for like boosting emotional well-being?
He talks about gratitude exercises, spending time in nature, and even just taking breaks from technology.
Oh, a digital detox. That sounds amazing, honestly. We could all use a little bit of that.
Right. It's remarkable how being constantly connected affects our stress levels.
For sure.
Taking time to unplug and just reconnect with yourself, it's essential.
Totally. It's like we're always plugged into something, so there's no time for peace and quiet.
Exactly. And these ancient practices, they offer a way to counteract that, to bring back that sense of balance and inner peace.
I love that. So we've covered a lot. Food is medicine, emotional well-being, it's a lot. But for someone who's listening and feeling a little overwhelmed, like, where do they even begin? What's the first step?
I'd say start by just becoming more aware of your body's signals. Pay attention to how you feel, both physically and emotionally.
Okay.
Like, what sensations are you noticing? What thoughts keep running through your head?
It's about tuning in, really listening to what our bodies are trying to tell us.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
And a lot of times, our bodies, they whisper before they shout.
Ooh, I like that.
So the sooner we can learn to listen to those whispers, the better.
That makes so much sense. It's like becoming more present, more mindful.
Exactly.
And once we start paying attention, then we can start to figure out where we might be out of balance.
Right.
And that's where Dr. Axe's book can be so helpful, right?
Definitely. He gives these really detailed descriptions of symptoms that go with different imbalances, and he offers specific recommendations for how to address them.
Oh, wow.
Combining things like dietary changes, herbs, essential oils, lifestyle changes.
So it's like a personalized roadmap to better health.
It's like a guide, yeah. But it's important to remember that everyone is different.
Right. It's not one size fits all.
Exactly. What works for one person might not work for another. That's why it's always a good idea to talk to a qualified practitioner who can help you figure out the best approach for you.
Okay, that's really good advice. Speaking of personalized plans, Dr. Axe, he outlines a few different daily routines in his book,
He
right?
does, and one that really stands out is his 7-day liver detox.
Okay, liver detox.
Mhm.
It sounds kind of intense. Is that something anyone can do, or do you need to be, like, super healthy already?
It's actually pretty gentle. It's designed for anyone who wants to give their liver some extra support.
Okay, so what's involved? What do you actually do?
It mainly focuses on eating liver-supporting foods, leafy greens, beets, citrus fruits,
Okay.
and it emphasizes avoiding processed foods, sugar, and alcohol during the detox.
So it's like giving your liver a break.
Exactly. It's a chance to reset and rejuvenate.
And what are the benefits of doing something like that?
A lot of people say they have more energy, clearer skin, better digestion, even a better mood.
So it's not just physical, it affects you emotionally and mentally too.
Exactly. It's about helping your liver filter out toxins, both physical and emotional.
That's so interesting. And Dr. Axe, he gives you specific instructions on what to eat and avoid during those 7 days.
He does. He even includes some delicious recipes to make it easier.
That's awesome. So we've got the liver detox. What other lifestyle recommendations really stood out to you from the book? I know he mentioned something called grounding, which sounds really interesting.
Yes. Grounding or earthing, it's this simple but powerful practice that involves connecting directly with the earth's energy.
Wow. And how do you do that?
You can walk barefoot outside, lie on the grass, even just touch a tree with your deep hands.
It sounds so simple. It's almost
Yeah.
like too good to be true, you know? What are the benefits of doing that?
Studies have shown it can reduce inflammation, help you sleep better, and even elevate your mood.
No way.
It's like getting a natural energy boost from the earth itself.
That's incredible. It makes you realize how disconnected we've become from nature, especially in our modern lives.
Exactly, and that's a key message in Dr. Axe's book, the importance of reestablishing that connection with nature.
So whether it's grounding or spending time in the woods or even just having more plants in our homes, it's about closing that gap between us and the natural world.
Exactly, and when we do that, when we reconnect with nature, it's like tapping into this source of healing and vitality that's always been there.
It's like coming home, reconnecting with a part of ourselves we forgot about. That's beautiful.
It is, and it speaks to the heart of these ancient remedies. They're not just about treating illnesses, they're about guiding us back to balance and harmony within ourselves and with the world around us.
It's like we're so busy trying to fix what's broken that we forget to appreciate what's already working.
It's a powerful shift in perspective. And Dr. Axe, he brings up something really interesting in his book. He talks about how, in our modern world, relying so much on pharmaceuticals, it might have made us lose touch with our body's natural ability to heal itself.
It's true. Like we've become so used to just like popping a pill that we forget our bodies are capable of amazing things.
And while medication definitely has its place, it's important to remember that incredible power our bodies have to heal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like we've outsourced our health and forgotten about that inner wisdom.
Exactly. And that's what I find so empowering about exploring these ancient remedies. It reminds us that we have a say in our health, that we can actively participate in our own well-being.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's not about ditching modern medicine entirely, but finding ways to bring these ancient practices in to create a more well-rounded approach to health.
Yes. It's about finding what works for you, what feels right for your body and your beliefs.
And maybe even rediscovering those innate healing abilities that we've kind of forgotten about.
Exactly. It's like uncovering this hidden potential within ourselves.
This has been such a fascinating conversation. And I feel like we've just scratched the surface of this whole world of ancient remedies.
It really speaks to the wisdom of these traditions, that they still hold so much relevance and insight even today.
Before we wrap up, you mentioned earlier how these practices, they're not just about treating illness, but also about preventing it in the first place.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that's such a key point.
It's like we're so focused on getting healthy that we forget about staying healthy.
Right. By weaving these practices into our daily routines, we create this foundation of health and well-being that can make us more resistant to getting sick in the first place.
So it's not just about fixing things when they break, but making ourselves stronger so we're less likely to break down.
Exactly. Shifting from a reactive to a proactive approach to health.
I love that. It's about taking charge of our health, really owning it, and living with intention.
Beautifully said.
This deep dive into ancient remedies has been amazing, and I hope everyone listening feels inspired to, try some of these things out and see what works for them.
Remember, the journey to well-being is ongoing, always evolving.
And sometimes it's about looking back to move forward.
To a healthier, happier you.
I love it. Until next time, everyone.